It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 18th of April. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather will stay warm and dry through the Easter weekend. Then we bring in a chance of showers, maybe some thunder early next week. And the good news, we don't expect any big severe weather issues here for the rest of the month of April. And we'll take that anytime here this time of the year. Here's the upper air look, and we have a big trough in the western states and a ridge over the eastern U.S., a high-amplitude pattern. And being underneath the ridge, that means temperatures will be above average for a while. We'll check the radar around the nation this morning. Nothing happening down here. Had some pretty violent storms in Iowa last night. In fact, I'll show you a couple of those here in a second. But, again, we'll be dry today. Temperatures are all over the board this morning. And as I often say, this is not a one-number place when it comes to forecasting lows on a clear, calm morning. For example, you've got Aniana and Gadsden in the 40s at 47. Then you've got Birmingham at 61. And this is all a matter of variations in cloud cover, wind, and elevation. Montgomery 51, Dothan 54, Mobile at 60, but high should be in the 80s today. West of the state, a flash flood watch in effect from near Tulsa and Fort Smith, Arkansas, up through parts of Missouri and southern Illinois. We got a chance of severe storms today from Texas to the Great Lakes. Some of the cities involved in that risk would include Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, and Chicago. Tomorrow, pretty much the same thing, a risk of severe storms from Texas up to near Pittsburgh. And on Easter Sunday, we have a risk of severe storms over parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and some of the adjacent states. But again, all of that stays west of Alabama. There's no severe weather forecast beyond Sunday. We'll check rain for the next 7 days. The big numbers, North Texas, Oklahoma, up into parts of southwestern Missouri. For Alabama, keep in mind this is the outlook valid through Friday morning of next week, and we will see showers returning next week. The heavier rains will be across the northwestern part of the state, where amounts could approach 1 inch around the shoals, and then it tapers off to basically nothing around Dothan and Ozark and Headlands. So Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, rain amounts a little over 1/2 inch. So let's take it day by day. Model fans. Here we go, the GFS. This is the 12Z run, 4 o'clock today. Trough in the west, ridge in the east. And, of course, we've got the ridge here, so partly to mostly sunny and warm with highs up in the mid-80s today. Tomorrow, we might see some upper 80s, somebody maybe touching 90. Showers and thunderstorms well to the west, the sky partly to mostly sunny. Easter Sunday, again, the model's in good agreement. The rain stays well to the west of Alabama. Got a surface low that is over southern Missouri. And again, we'll be up in the 80s, the sky partially sunny, and we see no chance of rain. In fact, it looks like we'll even be dry on Sunday night. And then Monday, that surface front stalls out. The surface low moves up toward Canada, and the surface front stalls out near the shoals. So a chance of showers on Monday for mainly the northern half of the state. And again, there might be some thunder, but that is not a severe weather look. The dynamic support far, far north of here. And Tuesday, the chance of showers will stay in the forecast as the front stays stationary near the Alabama-Tennessee state line. And really the same thing on Wednesday. So, yes, a chance of some rain at times, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but nothing really heavy, no severe storms, and parts of the state will see no rain at all. The better chance over the northern two-thirds of the state. Quite frankly, the same thing on Thursday. The front will be dissipating. But the Gulf Coast stays dry. And again, if you're headed down to the beach next week, we just believe that most of next week will be dry. And a week from today, this is Friday, April 25th, the ridge stays in place across the southeastern states. And with that ridge, the better chance of rain shifting north of here. And, of course, this is the beginning of race weekend at Talladega. And with that strong ridge, it looks like the weekend of the 26th and 27th will be warm and mostly dry with only isolated showers. In fact, let's go out 10 days. This is Sunday, April 27th. Got that ridge right on top of us. And once again, mostly dry, maybe a few isolated showers near the Tennessee state line. We'll check rain for Birmingham. This is coming off the European Ensemble. The mean between 1.5 and 2 inches between now and the 3rd of May. And the warm days are here for a while. You can see we'll be in the 80s. Look at 87 tomorrow. This is for Birmingham. Your number could be different. The only day under 80 would be Tuesday of next week with 78. And that would be because of clouds and showers, morning lows mostly in the 60s. And if you like warm weather, you'll like this. This is the latest long-range guidance. This is for April 25th through May 1st. And with that strong ridge, temperatures will likely stay well above average. So again, with the ridge, we just don't see a severe weather problem here for the rest of April. And that's a win, because we all know how violent the weather can be this time of the year. Temperatures stay above average. The only problem with the lack of meaningful rain events, could we kind of see maybe a drought kind of thing slipping back in here if the ridge stays? Well, understand there's plenty of time for the ridge to break down in the month of May. Tornado season here is November through May. And then once we get into June, July, August, we have the random scattered afternoon and evening storms. And again, we'll just watch the trends. But yeah, check this out. This was southwestern Iowa last night. That is a classic hook echo, old school hook, representing what could be a very meaningful tornado. In fact, this is the side-by-side view of the reflectivity and the velocity. And of course, you've got that classic hook, debris ball at the end of the hook, velocity couplet. And again, that was coming through the southwestern part of Iowa, fairly sparsely populated. Hopefully that tornado, and clearly it's down, was in a rural area. I've heard of no specific damage from that. But again, a rough night last night there in southwestern Iowa. And while they had that, we had this. Gorgeous sunset last night. Absolutely beautiful. Gulf Coast looking good. And again, if you're that's Panama City, by the way. And if you're beach bound, we'll be dry through Easter Sunday. And again, with that strong ridge, next week looks mostly dry. Could there be a little shower somewhere? Yes, but meaningful rain, probably not. All right, so today going to be in Birmingham at the Harris Early Learning Center, named after my friend Elmer Harris. Elmer passed away a few years ago. Elmer was the CEO of Alabama Power Company, just a great guy. And that's a marvelous facility. Look forward to seeing the little ones there. Tomorrow it's a book signing, Tuscaloosa. Just Love Coffee. We're going to be there between 10:30 and 12:30. And if you've never been to one of these, you really ought to come by and see us. We have so much fun. All the Weather Dweeb shirt. In fact, one of the shirts just says Weather Dweeb. But they've got all kind of shirts for people that like weather. We've got the children's books for kids that like weather or maybe are a little afraid of storms. And our newest one is this one for maybe kids that want to do what I do for a living. This is for kids 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, and kind of get them started on the journey. So come see us tomorrow. Just Love Coffee in Tuscaloosa from 10:30 until 12:30. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday, and God bless.